thing you have to do is always disengage the springs, get the weight off the door, and then you can start taking it down panel by panel. Now we're just going to start taking the door down panel by panel. We take the spring system down, track down, clean everything up, and then start with the new again. Alright, first thing we're going to do now is we're going to take down these two carriage bolts, drop the spring setup down, and then the track, because otherwise if you try to take the track down before this whole spring system is going to come down and hit somebody in the head. So now the next step is we're going to take this wood trim off, so that when we put the next piece on that's vinyl, it's going to sit flush to these boards instead of being reset in about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. That's going to keep the thermal, it's going to keep the temperature in, it's going to keep from having a wind tunnel wrapping around the door and freezing out your garage. The wood grain used to always run long ways. Now they're running it up and down, and then at the top they got it split here and here, so it looks more authentic to wood. And what's nice about Amarr doors is this is one of the few door companies out there that are actually they're not photo printing this onto a door with a laminate. These are actually an enamel paint that's baked onto the door, so these are not going to be susceptible to delamination like there has been a problem in the past with certain types of doors. These have a lifetime warranty on the hardware, paint, and finish, and it's completely unique to Amarr to the fact that it's a 3-section door, so the door is a lot less busy. You get a lot more glass. It's not for everybody due to the glass problem, because with the other panels, this is all going to be glass. Which with most doors, you get like a 16-inch section of glass. You don't get a full. This is a 28-inch section, and they also come in a 32-inch section depending on the size of the door. If this would have been a 16x8, this would have been a 32-inch section instead of a 28. And these hinges, the reason they clip into the back of the panel like this is when we stack them up, these panels never separate when they're opening. Most doors, when the doors open, there's about a 1/4 inch gap at the top. These doors never open up, so kids cannot physically stick their fingers in here and pinch them. If you're running it down manually, you can't pinch your fingers in these doors. When you run these into the door, the urethane melts around the screw, so you never end up with any air leak. The reason we tack it down this way, some guys don't, they set the track first and then they put the panels into it. The reason I do it this way, I'm kind of percent, I still do it the way I did it from the day I was taught, but I also do it because if this concrete is uneven, you set the track first, you have no idea where your concrete is. If you set the panel, level it, then you know where your concrete is, so you know exactly where to start with your track. Otherwise you're just guessing and something's going to be off. The other big thing is the location between your side of your hinge and the bulge in your roller. You don't really want any more than that. That's perfect. Too much is going to cause the door to separate as it goes up. Too narrow is going to cause these two to grind together as it's going up and down. Because regardless of how you install a door, the door always fishes from side to side a little bit. You have to have some relief down here so the water can get out and go away. In summertime, your concrete sweats. It's going to penetrate into the steel. This will rust out. You cannot allow the track to rust out past right about the bottom of that roller. Otherwise, when the door comes down, this bottom roller is going to get stuck. The door goes up and you're going to either tear the door apart or you're going to ruin your opener. Alright, the other thing that's important too is to make sure the relationship between this wall and your panel is you don't want it, you want to barely be able to stick your finger behind the door and the panel without the opener being engaged. You don't want it too tight or it's going to rub the paint off the door. You don't want it too loose because otherwise that's what the purpose of this is, to stop cold airflow from coming in. Big and level means everything. This can be level or drop a little bit. You want a little drop but not too much, because what will happen is when the door goes up, it cradles down and it'll hold the door in the upward position. If you have it slanted up, which I find a lot of times where the doors are installed with them up, if something happens, you disengage the opener breaks, you got a broken spring. What's going to happen is now the door has a momentum to slam to the ground instead of staying cradled in the open position. You should always use a full operator bracket so it supports out the entire panel, not just one small section. Because a lot of people don't forget that there's only a small section within inside of this door. There's a secondary lock plate, is what they call, that locks the hardware to the door. If you're up in here, and in this midsection, there's nothing in here short of this back steel. So if the door freezes to the ground, door's heavy, something goes into distress, that operator bracket's going to rip right off the back of the door. With these doors, there's various different inserts. There's 8 different selections you can pick from. They got some on with archways, different squares. It just depends on what's on their house. Most people like to match the windows to the glass on their house. When we get done, if you'll notice that this insert matches the windows on the house identically. Just like that. Winding spring is going to stay off to the side a little bit. You bring one bar into the bottom, bring it up. If you can't handle the weight, do a quarter turn. If you got room, you can do a full turn. We can't do a full turn here. You just count to 29. Actually be better, the natural, but you don't want to add to it. Fade a little bit, so it's going to bring more authentic. Okay. It's not shiny. Okay. Other than that, right here to the bearings, the rollers, and right to the four bearings, you want to keep them rotated. And on these engines, the springs, manufacturer recommends for you every 2 to 3 years.
Hi, my name is Sally, and we just had our new garage door installed by Adam's Garage Doors, and it's amazing. I just can't stop looking at it. We just had a plain white garage door and wanted something to really spice up the house, and it's funny because people are already driving by and slowing down. They're like every car that goes by, so it just has made the curb appeal on our house just so amazing. And Adam has been fantastic from the first call to him to every question about when he was going to come out. He got back to me literally within 5 minutes, and the service could not have been better. We are just thrilled overall. It's awesome.